It's Hot Fix Day. Man, Gearbox is killing it lately. Gearbox is just the best box, other than the waffle box, of course. Everyone loves a waffle box. But Gearbox put out a new hot fix today for both Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel, with a ton of cool shit in it. So I guess why not get to it? The first item they did was making some skins more droppable. As you can see here, I've got the Maya Frozen Wrath skin kind of blending into the background here. This one is from the Sir Hammerlocks, and it was previously pretty much unavailable, but now it is available. And it's an awesome skin, so it's definitely one of my favorite ones for Maya. So it's really cool that this is finally available, but they also increase the drop rate for the Hyperion Assassin skin customizations. The assassins in Southpaw. So maybe as I do my Top Gear videos, I'll see some of those fall. I am like 4 of those ahead, so they won't be applied yet. But that's really cool. Also, it is a increased chance to spawn shield boosters when using the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. So kind of cool that they're helping an item do a little better when it's a shitty item. But yeah, that's cool. Next is really awesome, and I'm going to do a more detailed video on this, is Zero's Velocity. Now correctly applies critical hit damage. Before, you only got half of your critical hit boost from Velocity, and now you get all of it, which is pretty sweet. It was only 15%. Before, you only got 7.5%. But now you get the whole thing. And that's something just everyone kind of gave up on. So it's pretty sweet that we actually got that. It was just a thing no one really had faith in for. I don't think a lot of people were clamoring for it because they just gave up on it. But we got it. So after that is also a huge one, is Gaige's Wires Don't Talk now applies correctly to dot damage. Before, Wires Don't Talk did not boost dot damage. It only boosted shock damage. I mean, if you're going to pick one, you definitely go for the shock damage. But the fact that it now does both is really cool, because in the last big-ass patch, the title of my video on that, we got a boost to a lot of the rank skills, which really helped out Shock Gaige. And now, Shock Gaige just got another big boost, which is really sweet for pretty much all Gaige players, especially the people that were fans of the Shock Gaige. Aren't you guys done yet? That was going to work. Throw's going in the wrong direction. So that's all the Borderlands 2 hotfixes. Nothing huge, but some really nice surprises late game. Now, the more exciting ones in my mind come for the pre-sequel. And to cover those, I'm actually going to boot up the pre-sequel and do those in there. So I will be right back, to be continued. So the pre-sequel, which is the ones I'm excited about, you might notice I'm holding a new sniper you might not be familiar with. This is the Wet Work. Or is it the Wet Week? Wet Week. I always call it the Wet Work, but it's the Wet Week. First off, look at that fucking skin. It's so beautiful. So goddamn beautiful. The lightning on it, I don't know why it has lightning on it when it's not a shotgun, but it's also got kind of a shine and a glare you can see as I'm moving it around here. Almost like the Commerce skin in a way, which makes no sense to kind of have this on this gun, but it looks sweet, so I'm able to forgive it. And this gun is pretty sweet. This is the Sloth from Borderlands 2. Now, I know I complain about rehashed guns that we already had, but this is one I don't mind because this game was lacking in good snipers, and this is a really good sniper. And I'm just beyond excited that it's in here. So the Wet Week, or the Sloth, had reduced bullet speed, which she can fix, and so can Wilhelm, but massive base damage. And I'll get to this gun pretty shortly in my Good, the Bad, and the Ugly series, and you can go back and watch my Sloth Borderlands 2 one, but I don't have another gun to compare it here to, but this is pretty big base damage. And how do I get across there again? There's a way. Oh, it was up here. So they added this too to the loot pool of Swagman. Finally, we've been talking about Swagman getting, or that fact that Swagman should get a drop for a while now. He just seems like someone kind of like a Savage Lee that should have a drop. Oh shit, I'm gonna need a boost. I wonder if that's gonna be enough to make it. It is. So Swagman, who is down here, and who is now dead, can drop this gun. And that's pretty awesome. There's O2. These things are annoying. Let's see if he did drop it. He did not, but he can now drop this gun, and that's really cool. Now, the other cool thing they did is they added all those shift reward guns that did not have a drop source to the world drop pool. Now, this isn't the best way. I would rather see them get actual drop sources. But this is a pretty awesome thing. So now you can get those guns. Chest farming, vendor farming. It has not been ruled in or out yet if they can drop out of the grinder. So that'll be an interesting thing to watch. And we will kind of pay attention to that. But that's two huge things for the pre-sequel. But there's actually more than just those two things. So they fixed a few sites. I believe it is pistol sites, or Dahl, Maliwan, and Torgue pistol sites will now align correctly. They were previously off a little bit. I wasn't really aware that was an issue. An odd one, so the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot in Borderlands 2 got an increased booster chance. And now, in the pre-sequel, they increase its damage and dot. Let me double check my notes here. Yeah, dot chance and dot damage on the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, which is really kind of a cool thing. It's an underused shield because it's not very good, but they did a little bit to make it good. Then they added in, or they fixed the Tread Carefully challenge, so it is displayed so it no longer causes issues with players' challenge list. I don't really know what this issue is, but it's fixed, so cool. Let's go see some awesome things. If you guys have never done this Easter egg, you should. You should also watch 2001 Space Odyssey. I got a feeling a lot of people on my channel have not seen that. Although I do have a kind of an older age for YouTube viewership. I have a lot of people between like 30 and 50. So maybe more people have seen it than I think. But man, this thing makes me happy. I think that's all the notes then. So the sites, the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, the shift code guns, which is Machine, Old Painful, Jack O'Cannon, and Boomacorn. It does say very rare chance. But there's a chance of those dropping. Watch, I'll get one of this chest. That would be fucking hilarious. Nope. That would have been just too good. And then the wet week. So that's all the notes. Now, stay tuned for follow-up videos that I'm going to have out later today. I'm going to do a video just on the wet week. Because this is, like you said, it's a gun for Aurelia that really is really good on her. Between like I Never Miss and just its raw base damage. It's a pretty ammo efficient sniper. Although I'm kind of blowing it here. Way to go, Shard. But I'm going to do some more videos on that and her with that. I'm going to do some videos explaining velocity with Zero. And I did a post-patch Maya and a post-patch Zero after the last big patch. But now they I never did the Gaige one, and now that she got this extra bit, I am going to do some showcasing of Shock Gaige post-patch as well. The Gaige one will not be out later today. That one will probably be later this week. But I will definitely get that out there. But you can expect the Velocity video out later today, as well as the Wet Week video out later today. Because, man, I'm really excited about both of those. Velocity is kind of the thing, like I said, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Like, you're getting another 7.5% critical hit damage to 0, which is honestly really not even noticeable, most likely. But it's the fact that they did it. No one was clamoring for it anymore. Everyone just kind of accepted it, or a lot of people didn't even know it was a thing because, 0 is so goddamn strong anyways that I think most people just kind of forgot about it. But now that it's here, that's just fucking cool. And, some people say that Gearbox doesn't care and shit like that, but this just shows that they do. They're supporting these games, especially the Borderlands 2 patches. That's an old game. And the fact that they're supporting that this late in the life cycle is absolutely fantastic. And then, last note I have before I sign off here is Rush over in the forums. Rush something. It's not just Rush. Sorry, Rush, I forgot the last part of your name. But he started a thread saying, please make these shift reward guns farmable. I think it was just the machine. Or please make the machine farmable. And I came in there right supposed to said, hey man, you should make this a petition. And he did. And 56 posts later on that thread, Gearbox did it. Which means they started it when that thread had like 15, 20 posts on it maybe, and they just listened and they responded. And that was fucking cool. I mean, maybe it had nothing to do with that, and maybe Gearbox was planning that all along, but I think they were planning it all along. They would have been available previous, since they've done a bunch of shift reward guns, unless they're just kind of waiting until they're done with that. But there's still a few guns in the game files that are not released yet, so I don't know. I kind of believe that this was something that was Gearbox did in response to a very small, I guess, group of people asking for something pretty simple, and they did it. And that's, I don't know, it's so fucking awesome, so fucking cool. It makes me so happy, and this is why I love Gearbox as a company. And I know I'm a mod there, but I don't get paid by them or anything. So this is an honest statement for me. It's not something I'm being encouraged to say. Although I did just get a free copy of Homeworld from them for being a mod there. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not, but that kind of was a cool, nice little unexpected gift we got. So yeah, I mean, Gearbox just kind of rolling out the red carpet for all of its fans, and you've really got to appreciate this thing to support games so deep in their life cycle and just keep supporting them. And these are hotfixes, and the hotfixes are always going into patches, so that means they're not done. Now, maybe they're just going to work these into a patch eventually, but we might get more. I mean, after that last big patch, I thought that was it. But then, they kind of screwed up Zero's velocity, and then they fixed it incredibly well and did a fantastic job at that. And that's going to probably be included in the patch. But, they might even have more things. Oh, there was one more. Last week, they did a patch for the pre-sequel. Mainly, a little bit of Borderlands 2, but mainly pre-sequel. There's certain spots on certain maps that were causing it to freeze and crash. And they are fixing that. So they did fix that, sorry. But they also added in a hotfix or a patch for Xbox One. It was only one issue on Xbox One. It wasn't as nearly as severe as it was on the PlayStation 4. So that was also in today's notes. I almost forgot about that because that was kind of a separate thing. But that happened as well. So lots of cool fixes from the Gearbox team. So go to the forums, give Jeffy Bug a like for his post on there, and thank the team because they deserve it. Or just go thank Gearbox on Twitter or whatever. But yeah, just a bang up job, and that's something Pickle says. And I'm pretty damn happy. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos later today on some of these things, and I will see you guys later.